Cheer for your senior players and welcome to the floor, your junior A Wolves. Welcome to the den for the Wolves Junior A 2026 East Coast Women's Junior Lacrosse League season. Tonight's game is between the visiting Dartmouth Bandits and your Junior A Wolves. Unbelievable how sensitive. If I come back here. As tonight is our last home game of the 2026 season, we will celebrate our senior players. This is our 5th season of the Junior A Women's League. Let's give it up for that. 5 years of Junior A female lacrosse in this great city of ours. And this is the first class of senior players to have played 5 seasons before they graduate out. The Wolves Junior A team would like take this opportunity to recognize and congratulate Bandits player, senior player, and assistant captain Molly Singer for all of her lacrosse accomplishments, including her contributions during her time with our association. We would like to invite Molly to center floor and Coach Ryan Ebong, head coach Ryan Ebong, to center floor as well for a gift presentation from the team. Thank you, Molly, for everything you did with the Wolves Just a minute, guys. Picture. Sorry. And all the best. Sorry. All the best in your future endeavors. Thank you, Molly. All right. Time to introduce the senior players for the Wolves. Our first player we imported from the Bay, and in turn received someone who should never be allowed to pack an overnight bag to St. John. While a dependable and steady defender on the floor, she's been caught winging it in 10 talon for many occasions. A favorite in the locker room and someone who's been known to be unable to get over a chain link fence. Please, everybody, you know her as Carol Ketta, number 16, Carrie Etman. She is being joined on the floor by her father, Mr. Grant Yetman. Yeah. Thank you, Kara. If you guys want to stay for a group picture, you can afterwards. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next player. The definition of the word cadence is the experience of a natural rhythm or flow for a sequence of events. We have never doubted how our lifetime Wolf operates. She's a fierce competitor, a protector of her pack, and plays a no-nonsense type of game. While her natural rhythm on the floor can be disrupted, off the floor she just wants everybody to have a great time. We wouldn't call her by any other name, we wouldn't have her any other way. We call her C, we call her Candy, we call her whatever comes out of her mouth. But everybody, please welcome to center floor number 5, Cadence Haas. She's being joined on the floor by her parents, Kevin and Natasha, sister Nora, and teammate. Yeah, if you guys just want to go that way, we'll get pictures of the group at the end. And last but not least, in the Looney Tune cartoons, the Coyote never catches the Roadrunner. This must be how other teams feel while trying to corner our Roadrunner. And like the Roadrunner, she doesn't need to say much, rather she just leads by example while on or off the floor. While the mispronunciation of her name may be close to record-setting, there is no better leader to show the pack on how to leave it all on the floor and be proud to wear the Wolves logo. A funny personality, someone who's exceptionally fond of going fast, maybe too fast, and the owner of the double stall in the locker room. No matter how you pronounce her name, we call her Hallie. She is being joined on the floor by her parents, Andrew and Lise, and her awesome sisters, Stella and Molly. Everybody, the 2026 class of senior players for the Wolves. And Molly, thank you. We'll get one picture of the group. We'll get one picture of the group. Just go this way. Down to some lacrosse here tonight. Yeah. Congratulate on being incredible ambassadors for the association and the game of lacrosse in Nova Scotia. Tonight, we gathered to enjoy and celebrate the Creators Game. Before the opening face-off, the Wolves Lacrosse Association, the Wolves Junior 18, will honor the Creators Game by presenting the acknowledgement of Big Mama territory and the Big Mama honor song. Please, if you're able, rise and take off your non-traditional headgear and direct your attention to the flag at the entrance and the arena for the presentation of the acknowledgement and the honor song.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. Prior to the singing of our national anthem, the ECWJLL would like to acknowledge that the land on which we gather is the ancestral and unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. Acknowledging that we are in the traditional ancestral territory of the Mi'kmaq people is a way of showing respect for and honoring our shared history and shared treaty relationship. Our relationship based on peace and friendship. It is very important that we continue to recognize our shared history.
welcome everybody to the Den for the final home game of, or the home for the final game of the regular season. Let me get that straight. For our female East Coast Junior Lacrosse League, coming here today from the Sackville Arena in lovely Lower Sackville, Nova Scotia, home of your Sackville Wolves Junior A Lacrosse, as they're hosting the Dartmouth Bandits. And both teams, this will be their final game of the regular season. Coming into today, it's your Wolves looking to put the perfect regular season to the test tonight, as young Miss Hovey and Allison come to take the face-off at center here. Dartmouth, who's had the best season since entering the league 2 years ago, in their third season, have 2 wins and looking to add another. But here we go, as Hovey versus Allison. Wolves versus Bandits. Here we go. Battle. Hovey pops it out nicely. And picked up by our senior here tonight, Cadence Haas. To Dyer. Dyer rolls off a hit. Dyer with a quick shot in. And Oakley in nets for Dartmouth. Makes the save. Battle in the corner. Dyer comes up with it. Dyer rolls back up top. James making herself known. To Hovey. Hovey puts a shot that's blocked by number 8. That's Saunders in front. Another minor Wolf. Has a try to get that ball out of the crease. Loose ball picked up by Miss Cadence Haas. Nice pick there by Mullen. Back up to Mullen. Mullen with a hard shot, and Oakley the save. Ball loose in the crease. Up with it is Miss Joy for the Bandits, as James runs her into the boards. Joy keeps a hold on the ball. James with the back check. And Joy takes the abuse, but gets the ball away. Over to 19. Arsenault trying to get a hold of that ball. McPherson causing some issues. As on my AP list has 19 as Rose. As Arsenault rolls off a check. Loose ball comes back over center. And as soon as that's touched, that's the whistle. There's McRae. We'll start off for the Wolves. Coming in is Hamilton. Hamilton heading for the net. Hamilton goes far side. And an arm save by Oakley. Dietrich taken to the boards. Ball picked up by Rosson. Rosson for the Wolves. Rolls back up top. Rosson across for Swinimer. Swinimer comes in. Swinimer with their shot. Another save by Oakley. And we got a crease violation. That'll be Dartmouth ball, as Brownrigg will start off for the Bandits. Brownrigg quickly up, but Swinimer picks off that pass. Swinimer coming in. Dietrich with the pick, but another crease violation there, as the ball will go back to Dartmouth. Now Joy looking to try to get it out of Dartmouth zone. Joy, quick pass up, looking in behind. As Rose turns back aside, back up for Moore. Moore down low for number 12. That's Selena Gould. Looking back door for Moore. Moore with a shot, and McVicker makes her first save of the game. Ball goes into the corner. Battle is Haas puts down the shoulder. And the younger Haas for the D brings it back out. Coffin, her pass knocked down by Gould. Coffin with the ball. Goes for a run behind the net. Coffin looking back up top. And the Dartmouth D comes up. I believe that was Miss Beaton. Got a piece of that. Hovey trying to come around for a shot. Hovey up and over, and that's wide. Loose ball. Picked up by Hayward. Hayward shot off a stick. And the shot clock expires, and that'll be a Dartmouth ball as Miss Beaton and the Bandits pick up the ball. Hayward. Nice little pick there by Buckley to get Beaton free, but pass gets intercepted. And in comes Hamilton. Hamilton to the outside. Hamilton in around behind the net, looking to set up the offense. Beaton flushes her out. Hamilton passes up to Mullen. Mullen with a hard shot and a stick save by Buckley. Back to Mullen. Mullen again, another shot. And Buckley makes the save. and keeps the ball out of the net. Now it looks like Rose coming up. Funny bounce off the boards, and that's up and out of play. So Swinimer will start off the Wolves. Swinimer. Over for Anthony. Anthony, heading for the net. Anthony looking for that far corner, went up and over the crossbar. Loose ball, picked up. Now Dyer looking to get back in. Swinimer, nice little pick, letting Dyer come towards it. Another shot and a shoulder save by Oakley, who's been busy in today's game. I believe this is her first game of the season, and showing well. As Swinimer comes in with a shot. Arm save. Loose ball picked up by Coffin. Coffin with a sidearm shot. We don't see that from Coffin. And she finds the back of the net. So Dartmouth seeing a ton of shots, but the first one to get by finally is by Miss Violet Coffin at 15:45 remaining in the first period. It's Wolves up 1-0. As the Wolves send the Bandits back to center. It'll be Rosson versus Allison with his face-off. Loose ball, battle for it. Dartmouth rolls it into Sackville territory, but that's picked up there by Hayward. Hayward coming into the zone. Hayward looking for Coffin. That goes to the board. Swinimer trying to get that ball. Comes up with it. 17 seconds left in the shot clock. Swinimer looking cross court for Rosson. She'll have to take that one off the boards as Allison puts the lumber on her. Rosson back up. Rosson in with the shot. Saved by Oakley. Loose ball, and Swinimer tries to shovel that in. That just misses the net. And now picked up by Hamilton. Hamilton takes it to the corner. Hamilton rolling back up. Puts the shot, bounce shot in. Rosson looking for that loose ball. Allison comes up with it for Dartmouth. Now Dartmouth hustling down. Swinimer sticks with her. Gets over to Gould. Gould now driving towards the net as Hanrahan right on her. And that shot deflects wide. And once again, Miss Nora Haas picks up the ball and gets it back into Dartmouth territory. Haas ahead to Anthony. Anthony holds up. Anthony looking for options. There's Dietrich dancing around on the far side looking for a backdoor. Cross to Dietrich. Dietrich turns around, fire shot, scores! Elle Dietrich in constant motion gets herself free at the back door and rolls back up top and finds the back of the net for the second goal. As Dietrich rolling out there, gets that lane to the net and finds the rubber meeting the twine. And with that, at 14:20, it's a 2-0 Wolves lead. As Hovey and Allison back to center. Hovey rolls it over, but we got a false start. It'll be Dartmouth ball. As Arsenault stripped from her by the wily James. Out for the ball and up with it and out is Mullen. Mullen right in, tight shot, and a save there as Oakley covering the short side. Back up is Buckley trying to get a handle on that ball. Met by Dyer. Dyer and Rosson team up. Strips the ball, but Buckley gets it back in deep as Rose hustles onto that ball. Picked up by McPherson, and she gets it back into offensive territory as that ball rolls into the corner. Hovey comes up with it. I don't know why the shot clock's still going, but Hovey turns and fires. And it's saved by Oakley. Now Beaton. Quick pass up to Allison. Allison. Up for Moore. Moore trying to get around. As Swinimer. Nice job by Swinimer. Manhandles Moore back over the center line. And possession comes back as Rosson driving towards the net. Rosson in with a shot. Oakley the save. Loose ball comes up as Hamilton to Dietrich. Dietrich back to Hamilton. But doesn't find the handle on that ball. As the ball's loose, Swinimer picks it up. 22 seconds left. Off the time in the clock as Dietrich back to Hamilton. Hamilton with the shot. And we got a save there by Oakley as Swinmer uses the body position. Fresh 30 on the clock as Swinmer comes in. Low! And Swinmer with an underhand shot just between the arm and the post finds the back of the net for the Wolves' third goal in this streak. As it's 12:39 remaining in the first period. Swinmer just rolls off the boards. And pulled Oakley just a quarter step even away from the post and found the mark. Here we go. Wolves 3, Bandits 0. Back to center we go. As Miss Allison's pretty busy here in the faceoffs already. This time it's Rossaw in for the Wolves. Allison comes up with the ball. Allison driving to the net. A little bit of a 2-on-1 shot. Saved by McVicker. Kicked out the knee and got that save as McRae turns and lobs it down the floor to Hanrahan to Wilkie. Wilkie holds up, brings on the offense. You got the full crew out there. Hovey looking for it. Hovey with the underhand shot finds the back of the net as went through traffic there. Hovey finds the mark. And at 12:08, Wolves are looking a little frustrated in the first 5 minutes, but they've exploded here. Since is Hovey. That underhand rising shot finds the far side. And it's a 4-0, and back to center we go again, and Hovey scores the goal and now takes the face-off. As Allison remains the face-off taker for the Dartmouth Bandits. And here we go. Now we got a false start. It's going back to the Bandits again. Arsenault comes on. She'll start off for the Dartmouth Bandits. Here we go. Haas over the head and pins that down. Haas in behind. Haas coming in quick. Haas shot. Hovey picked up the rebound and puts it in. Transition play there. As Haas, I'm not sure if that went off, a funny bounce, it went off the crossbar or what, but the ball bounced out and Hovey alone at the top of the crease. Able to pick that up from one side, pop it in the other. And just like that, it's 5-0. And so a little under 12 minutes remaining in the first period. As looks like we got number 5 out here. No, that was Allison again for the faceoff. Ball went up and out of play. Now Dartmouth. Gould will bring it in. Rookie for Dartmouth having a great season, Miss Helena Gould. As she gets the rest of the offense on. Now Gould looking to drive towards the net. Being challenged by Rossaw. Ball stripped free and Hanrahan comes up with it. Hanrahan on the transitions. Got Hayward. Hand for the net. Hanrahan to Hayward. Hayward all day long. And oh, she goes wide. As Anthony picks that up. Anthony looks for a clearing. Anthony rolls back up top. Pass that off to Coffin, sorry. And Coffin gets her second goal of the night. And Wolves rolling and continue to roll as that's another one by at 11:09 remaining in the first period. It's now a 6-0 Wolves lead. And here we go, 19. I got her on. Here's Rose but I'll have to check at halftime, see what if I got number 19 for Dartmouth right. But now she's in, taking a face-off. Giving Allison a rest. As coming back, picking up the ball is Haas. That's stripped free by Rose, but now Hovey back up with it. Hovey faking pass and puts a shot in there, and Oakley was not fooled by that one. Makes that save. Picked up by James. James. Cross. Quick shot by Mullen. That's stopped in front. Loose ball. As Holm Larson had it for a second, but now Wolves back in control. Hard shot by Dyer. And that's a save there. Oh, no, it's a goal. As Dyer blasted that one through into the back of the net. Can't see how it went in, but it was definitely in there. So, boy, 10:30. I think a hydration break called. I think Dartmouth wants to settle their team down, get their defense standing up. Since it's now 7-0, we're not even halfway through the first period yet as we get set to go here. Goalies will have a hydration break. See McVicker looking up to the stands as her her U13 team she coaches as the goal. So McVicker will head back to getting her some cheers. She hasn't seen too many shots, but made the saves when called upon so far. I hope that continues there, Lauren, as we get set. And the busier goalie of the two, Miss Oakley, number 1 for Dartmouth, heads back to the net as we get set to go for the rest of the first period here. They're called back in. I never even introduced myself. Welcome, everybody. I'm Larry McVicker. Larry Cherry, as the kids have called me, as we get set to go here today. Thank you very much for taking your time out and watching. And, of course, if you're watching, you know you're watching this on Maritime Athletic Profiles. What a great job Kara and the production team do here with all the different angles and everything. It even gives me a chance to see how wrong I am in the replays as we get set to go. As the Allison versus Rosson at the face-off after the hydration break, as they call it in FIFA. And Allison comes up with the ball right away on the win for Dartmouth. Dartmouth trying to come in towards the net, held to the outside by Hayward. Allison rolls back up top. Allison looking for a lane. That's filled. Pass off. And a shot in there by number 5. That's Safalti. And then battle along the boards. Hayward looking to come up with that loose ball. Rolls away from Rose. Now Hayward coming back down the floor. Swinmer with the ball. Swinmer finds a lane. Swinmer with the shot. Saved by Oakley. And I think Coffin's feeling pretty confident. Tried a blind shot there on net, but that bounced up and over the net. Out of play, but now I'm misplay the other way. Puts the ball out of play. And it'll be Wolves' ball as James will start off.
Wolves goal scored by number 55, Maddie Dyer. 10:30, unassisted 10:30 remaining in the first period.
Dietrich looking up for Hovey. Hovey turns and fires the underhand, and that gets through the legs and all the legs into the back of the net. So despite the break, the Wolves continue on this streak. It's now 8-0, and the clock is continuing to tick as I think we're into mercy rule territory here, and the time will run. Now we got a timeout called by the Dartmouth bench. And it looks like Miss Faith Heaslip will make her appearance as they'll have a change in goal. So Heaslip makes her way into between the pipes. As I think the Dartmouth bench is looking to get a little change, get their team a goalie break, and try to get a reset and get back in this. I notice Aaliyah LaRocque is not here for Dartmouth tonight, as well as a few other players that were pretty key. Back in Shearwater, Dartmouth was much improved on their D, but Missing a few core people here tonight, and it's definitely showing. As it'll be Hovey and Ellison back for the face-off. 8-0, under 9 minutes remaining in the first period. Here is Miss Cadence Haas up with the ball. Haas takes it to the corner. Haas now looking for a knot. Gets back over to Dyer. Dyer rolls up top. Dyer tucks in tight. Dyer with the shot, and a save by Oakley. Dyer comes up momentarily with the rebound, but then lost the twig. And James gets the ball, gets the reset, fresh 30 on the clock as James plays it across. Dyer will have to take that one out from the boards. Dyer back in, 20 seconds left on the shot clock, lots of time. Over to Mullen. I think somebody greased that ball in between because it squirts out again. Back up to James. James at 10 seconds puts a shot, and that's bounces back and over the crossbar. Only a couple of seconds as Hovey has to come in with a shot. And it gets she catches the post and gets the reset. James at the corner of the net. James shot in tight, and he slipped. Fights that off. Now Hovey up with the ball. Hovey, underhand shot, and I don't know where that was going, but it's back across center, and that will be Dartmouth ball deep in the Wolves zone. Now, if you're wondering why James didn't play that ball, she went through the crease, and she couldn't. If she touched it, it would have been blown down. So a smart move by James not to play that ball, and the Wolves kept in possession. Here we go. Gould with it being held in the corner by McRae. Gould tries to take a run behind the net, and Hamilton runs her out of room. 12 seconds left in the shot clock as Gould puts the hard angle shot in there, and McVicker chicken wings that and holds on. Pass that over to Hamilton. Hamilton brings the Wolves back down the floor, right up to Swinimer. Swinimer rolls off a check. She'll hold up as Coffin comes in. So as Dietrich is trying to make a lane, and Anthony in when Anthony shoots and scores. That was a full line goal there. As we saw the Wolves causing all kinds of trouble in front of that crease. As you see Dietrich's in there, Swinimer's in there. All setting picks and keeping the Dartmouth D from filling those lanes. And Anthony with the ball finds the spot between the post and the arm. And that's now 9-0 as we're down to 7 minutes remaining in the first period. Allison wins the faceoff now. Allison driving towards the net. Allison in tight shot, and McVicker makes the save. Here we go, Wolves coming back in. Haas pass that off to Dyer. Back over. Hamilton fires that one in, and Heaslip makes the save and controls the rebound. Quickly up to Joy. Lexi Joy comes back over half. She holds up, gets the offense on. Joy up to Rose. Rose rolling over. Looks to get that pass into Safalti. Safalti and Arsenault trying to get the loose ball, but Miss Nora Haas comes up. McVicker steps in there with her own little pick. You know she loves to do that. Misplayed pass, and Holmes Larson will bring it back over. As that's Buckley, I believe. And Buckley holding off, looking to pass that off to Moore, but miscue on that. Ball comes back across center. As Hayward trying to find the handle on that, and Buckley will not leave her off that one. Now, here we go. James with the ball for the Wolves. James doesn't see a lane. Pass that back up to Mullen. Mullen over for Dyer. Dyer has to pick that one up from the boards. Dyer rolls back up top. Looking for James. James at the corner. James with a shot and a save there by Miss Heaslip. And she controls the rebound. Heaslip Plays it all the way down. Bounces off the boards past Safalti, and Hannerhan will come back up with it for the Wolves. Up to Hamilton. Hamilton and the Wolves back on the attack. Hamilton puts it across, looking back to Hamilton. Cross for Hovey. Hovey, low shot, underhand shot. You know, she's had success with that twice tonight, but she's got to get that overhand shot to get some accuracy in there. As Allison brings it back in for Dartmouth. Allison over for Gould. Gould lays it down low, looking for Safalti. All right. Swinmer breaks up the party, and now Swinmer coming back down the floor for the Wolves. Swinmer headmans it up, but loose ball. Swinner back up with it. Swinner to Coffin. Coffin finds the handle. Coffin cross for Dietrich. Dietrich rolls, quick shovel pass. Doesn't make connection. 7 seconds left as Coffin looking for the hat trick, but that's up and off the rafters. So that'll be Dartmouth ball. Starting from the inside. Number 18, McInnes. They'll play that down the floor as Rose comes up with it. Rose up over half as Rose gets through a few checks. McPherson keeps Rose to the outside. Quick handoff to Safalti. Safalti loses out of the basket, and right on it is Rosson. Rosson looking, Rosson straight to the net. Rosson with the shot, and a save by Heaslip. Rosson was being chased hard by DeBay. The rush the shot. Now loose ball as Allison comes up with it for the Bandits. Allison plays it off to Arsenault. Arsenault for Gould. Gould being watched by Haas. Gould sees a lane. Gould in with the shot, and McVicker makes the save and controls the rebound in the crease. Now McVicker looking for a quick up to Hayward. And bouncing ball. There's Brownrigg trying to get a hold of it. Hayward finally does. Hayward in towards the net. Hayward. Brownrigg stays on Hayward. Now Hayward hands that off to Hovey. As Hayward goes in for a change. Hovey puts the shot in on net and saved by Heaslip. Now Saunders plays it up, but Hannerhan comes up with the loose ball. Cross for Dyer. Dyer and the Wolves back on the attack. Dyer puts a shoulder in, but that pops the ball free. And DeBay chases down loose ball. DeBay quickly throws it back to the Wolves as Swinmer plays it across for Mullen. Mullen turns and fires. That's wide. Mullen does a good job keeping it still on the side, but Allison fighting for that ball. Allison comes up with it. Allison away. Allison behind. Right in. Shot! And McVicker sends that one aside. And Mullen quickly up to Swinmer. Swinmer driving to the net. Swinmer with the shot, scores! Transition play. And Erica Swinmer gets her second of the night. And I believe McVicker will get a goalie assist on that one. On the quick up, and Swinmer. Great job. Keeps the goalie planted as she gets going straight for the goalie. Then cuts to the right at the last minute, opening up that net and getting around. That's the difference between lacrosse and hockey, is the players have so much control where they show that ball. And a great job by Swinmer. And that puts the Wolves in double digits as it's 10-0 as we're counting down to 1 minute remaining in the first period. As Buckley trying to get back into Wolf territory, she does. As Buckley drives in, she takes a stick off the face, but James on transition. James turns a foot save there by And the rebound goes all the way down the floor. McVicker. They'll pass that up to Dietrich. Dietrich coming down for the Wolves. 40 seconds left in the first period. 10-0 Wolves. Dietrich. Pass that over to James. James puts the shot in and a save by back to the corner we go. Picked up by Swinimer. Swinimer looks for Coffin. Coffin puts the quick shot in there. And Heaslip steers that aside. 20 seconds left. Heaslip just looking but too long in the crease, and it'll be Wolves ball. As Swinimer will bring it back down in. Wolves with one more play to make as the clock's going. 15 seconds. Swinimer. Bring it up and in. Quick over, but we got to have a whistle here. I didn't see what the hand signal was for the call, but it's a Dartmouth ball. So that will do it for the first period of play. As here we go, final seconds tick down. But even at that, Coffin's up with the shot. But still, up and over the net it goes. So one period of play, and this arena's tipping one way, that's for sure. 10-0. The Wolves leading as we go into the first intermission. We'll be back in about 10 minutes, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll see some words from our sponsors here, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes. We'll see you then, everybody. Great, and welcome back to the den, everybody, as we get set here for second period action of tonight's game, final regular season game for the Sackville Wolves and the Dartmouth Bandits as we get set to go here at the den in lovely Lower Sackville, Nova Scotia, as the Wolves take the floor again as we get set for this period. Very special night. This is seniors night, if you didn't catch it at the beginning. Our seniors, Kara Yetman, Keynes Haas, and Hallie James. As well, honored earlier this evening was Miss Molly Singer, as senior for the Dartmouth Bandits. Previously a Wolf, and nice ceremony before the start of the game with the players' families. Now, get set for the second mark, and Wolves up big here. It was the floor was tilted one way in the first period. Looking up, it was 34 shots by the Wolves to 5 by the Bandits, and the score kind of reflects that. It's a 10-0 Wolves lead as we get start for the face-off to start us off in the second frame of tonight's match. Unless Dartmouth can pull off a miracle here, this will be the end of their season, as they're currently sitting in 5th place in the league. The Wolves are already clinched the first place with a record of 11-0, hoping to go to 12-0 tonight. And then the second season will start, I imagine, next week, as the playoffs tends to start immediately. Here we go, Allison versus Rosson. At the face-off, second period, Wolves versus Bandits. Here we go. Battle, Rosson tweaks it out more, looking for that ball, chops it in deeper into Wolves territory. Hayward comes up with it now, Hayward. Up to McRae. McRae brings in McRae across for Hamilton. Hamilton behind the back shot and fooled everybody except for Heaslip. She makes the save now, Heaslip. Up, but challenge right there is Swinimer, who's been all over the place this game. And 10 seconds expires in the Dartmouth zone. And so the Wolves come up with the ball. Swinimer. Looking, Swinimer, watch, she's got in from behind. And, oh, you put across the numbers. And Beaton will go to the box for that one. As Dietrich rolls off. Extra player on. As McVicker hustled to the bench. Dyer looking for a lane. Dyer in tight. Dyer with the shot. And a save there by Heaslip. James up with the ball. Fresh 30 on the clock. James. Low for Dyer. Up top. Dyer with the low shot in. Sorry, that was Anthony that passed that over. And Holmes Larson never able to get control of the ball and get the whistle. So this will be the first penalty of the game, as the Bandits will head to the box. Number 88, Miss Sadie Beaton. Another product of the Wolves Minor Association there. Fierce competitor too, Sadie is, I know. But once you put that stick across the numbers, the hand's going to go up and you're going to head to the box. 2 minutes for checking from behind, I believe will be the call. As Coffin to Mullen. Back to Coffin. Cross for Haas. Nora Haasen with a shot. That raises high. Coffin. And Coffin with a shot, and she finds the back of the net. And Coffin joins Hovey with a hat trick tonight. For the Wolves, there'll be a power play goal at 18:29 left in the second period. As Coffin comes in, she had that corner labeled. And then put that. I believe Nora Haas will get the assist on that one. And it's now 11-0. Heading back to center. As we got Rose. Sorry, Addie Pooler is number 19 taking the face-off here. An AP called up for tonight's game. Now Moore taking it. Forced to the outside by Hamilton and McPherson. Moore. Her pass. Bounces into the corner. McVicker will pick that up. Now McVicker plays it up quickly, but bounces past James. Anthony, though, catches that on the run. Anthony down deep in the corner. Chased out by Beaton. Anthony plays it back over, looking for Hayward. Makes the shot, but didn't have the ball. Back over. James rolling back up. James puts the shot in. A save by Heaslip. Heaslip keeps control of it. Plays it up to Beaton. Beaton will bring it back up over center as James chases her down. And Beaton is passed to Moore. Slips by as the Wolves don't give an inch as McRae passes up at Hayward. Hayward back over center. Hayward waits for the offense to come on. Rolling out, now heading for the net is Wilkie. And the quick shot, Hayward shot. That's off a stick and into the corner. As Holmes Larson trying to get in there. Hovey comes up with the loose ball. Hovey turns, fires. Nice overhand shot, and Heaslip makes the save. As pass up now. Saunders looking to get out, but that slips out of the basket. And Rosson chases that loose ball. That's the 10 seconds in the zone. Might have saved Dartmouth a little bit on that one. As Rosson rolls out from the corner. Cross for Hovey. Hovey. She's checked there right away by Brownrigg. Ball goes off Dyer, and Brownrigg comes up with it. Brownrigg fights through the gauntlet. Now Brownrigg in behind, but hard play as Coffin hustles back. I think Coffin took out her own player as well as Brownrigg, but loose ball. And back up, and here's Cadence Haas, our senior tonight. In for Hamilton. Hamilton goes wide. Hamilton looking for the return feed. Nora Haas trying to get that down as DeBay battles for that loose ball. And we got a moving pick, and that'll be Dartmouth ball. Beaton picks it up. Beaton throws down the shoulder, but Hamilton able to keep the ball. Pooler trying to get a hold of it. Dartmouth's got a lot of good prospects coming up here, as Pooler's doing a great job tonight. But it is Mullen, and she fires and catches the low corner As Sophia Mullen on the transition. Able to fire that one by. Mullen just loads up. As Heaslip pulled off to the wrong post. And a little overcorrection. And Mullen able to find the far side. 15:43 left in the second period. 12-0's the score. As they're battling for the ball again. Pooler took the face off. Up with it, Swinmer. Swinmer looking across for McPherson. McPherson in on the offense, as well as Calder. Hanrahan over Swinmer. Swinmer in with a shot. Save by Heaslip. Now Heaslip lays that up, but Anthony picks that one off. Anthony across for Calder. Calder trying to get it in there. Now McPherson coming in. McPherson with the shot. That's blocked in front. McPherson again gets her own rebound. And a save there by Heaslip in tight. Back up, but into Wolves territory as McInnes trying to get on that ball, but Swinmer able to pick it back up and come out. Swinmer rolls away from McInnes, passes off to Hayward, heads to the bench. Hayward over for Hovey. Hovey back across to McRae. McRae out. Now here's Hayward. Hayward with the low shot. And that's a stick save there, controlled by Heaslip. Heaslip quickly up to Saunders. Saunders, a stick check there, and the ball pops loose. And coming in is Rosson. Rosson has a lane. Rosson going far side. And just caught the edge of that. And it's a hand-played ball, and Hayward's all smiles on that one. She knows she's caught. And it's a change of possession as Holmes Larson will come pick up the ball. Hayward lays her to the boards right away. Pops the ball free. As a look, and that's an illegal contact there without the ball. So it'll go Wolves ball with possession. As McRae will start off on the offense. Down low to Hayward. Hayward across for Hovey. Hovey puts a low shot into feet. Now Hovey hard in, pushes more off the ball. Hovey up with the ball, looking across. Behind the back attempt by Wilkie. That goes wide as the Wolves are taking some liberties with the high score. Now Ellison looking to drive in. Ellison comes across. Ellison in, shot. McVicker makes the save as she kicks out the foot there on that one. Good look by Dartmouth there. Score still 12-0. Wolves leading as they battle for the loose ball down along the boards. Everybody's in there. Is all the way down, and it's Wilkie that will pick it up for the Wolves. Wilkie slows it down, gets the offense on. Back to Hamilton. Hamilton up top. A little normal offense looking this time as Dyer goes to play it behind the net. Knocked down. Nice job by the D, but Dyer in with the shot and a save there by Heaslip. Battle for that loose ball. Picked up by Hamilton. Hamilton rolling back up top again. Hamilton cross for Dyer. Dyer in tight shot and a shoulder save by Heaslip. Up and over. Heaslip gets a hold of the ball and then looks to pass it out. Bouncing off the boards is Nora Haas. Comes up with it. Haas puts in the shoulder. Loose ball as Dietrich comes up with it. Dietrich will slow it back down again. Gets the offense on Dietrich. Go for a walk behind that. Passes. Quick pass out to Coffin. That's turned aside. Anthony back behind for Dietrich. Dietrich, she going to do a dive? No. And her pass back up. Missed Haas. The elder Haas. And that'll be a back over, and Dartmouth will take possession deep in Wolves territory. 11:49 remaining in the second period. 12-0 Wolves are leading. As Dartmouth has an opportunity here deep in Wolf territory. And Sackville will start them off. Sackville plays up to Arsenault. Arsenault looking to get around Haas. Arsenault, good shot. Shoulder save by McVicker. Loose ball into the corner. Sackville comes up with it. She's checked right away by McRae as they battle along the boards. Held in tight. And up with it's Haas. Haas against Gould. Gould able to trip her up. Haas still with control of the ball. Gets over to Swinimer. Swinimer down low for Mullen. Looking at the side, but ball goes off the stick. And with that, the shot clock expires. It'll be Dartmouth ball as Brownrigg passes up quickly to Allison, but that's off her stick and snagged back up by Cadence Haas. Haas working against Gould. Nice little pick there by McPherson. McPherson puts the pick on, and Haas able to roll off and had a clear lane to the net. So McPherson comes in, seals Gould, and that shot just inside the post by Cadence Haas on her senior night puts the 13th marker up on the scoreboard. And 13-0, Wolves leading. So we get into our hydration break here as we're close to the halfway point of the second period. As, remember, the goalies don't have water bottles at their creases, although it does appear that Heaslip is willing to forego that as she's able to stay in there. But McVicker will head back to the crease between the pipes as we get set to into the second. And kudos being given to the Wolves U13 female team here tonight, as these three of their coaches play on the, so they're here supporting their coaches on the junior A's, and it looks like something I've been following the U13s a bit this year. And when my daughter was in, there's 4 teams. This year there's 8 female teams in U13. So great, as the yard sale says, grow the game. As Hallie James in for a face-off, and she's working the ball hard. As we're back in action here, let's go. James able to come up with it. James slips off along the boards. James pass back up, but off a stick. Hannerhan up with it. Hannerhan back to James. James cross for Calder with the shot, but that just bounces up and wide. Allison, quick transition. Allison looking to come in against Hannerhan. Allison in and around. Allison with the shot. I think that bounced up and off the crossbar and still stays out of the net. As McPherson brings it back over half. Off to Rosson. Rosson coming in towards the net. Rosson across. McRae to Wilkie. Misfire there. It comes back in the crease. Picked up by Heaslip. Heaslip. That's picked off by Anthony. Anthony looking cross crease, but that's knocked down by the Dartmouth D. Anthony working against Brownrigg, looking for that loose ball. Anthony comes up with it. 21 seconds. Lots of time on the shot clock. As Anthony rolls back up top. Anthony in with the shot. Heaslip with the save. But rebound picked up by Rosson. Rosson Tries a little shovel pass out to Hayward, but knocked down and Brownrigg. And Brownrigg heads back down the floor. Hayward giving her a hard time. Brownrigg rolls off. Brownrigg in tight. Brownrigg with a shot, and that just went wide. Good run by the Dartmouth D there. But right back down is Dyer heading for the net. Dyer tries a little flick shot, but DeBay got in the way there, and Buckley brings it back out for Dartmouth. Buckley takes a bump from Dietrich. She knocked the ball free, and McVicker will pick it up to play. McVicker popped that over to Dietrich. Dietrich will have to take that one as it rolls down along the boards. L. Dietrich up with the ball as the Wolves back on the offense. Dietrich back over for Dyer. Dyer to behind the net. Crease dive. And a goal! Coffin. I think that's the first crease dive goal for the Wolves. And mark that the fourth one for Miss Violet Coffin. Wouldn't say it was the prettiest crease dive goal I've ever seen. A little tucking around. Here's a good look of it. You know what? That works. That's a good. That's why they call it a lacrosse goal when they do the Michigan in hockey. Right there. And Coffin puts her fourth on the board. It'll be 14-0. 8-18 remaining. And she heads to center. Coffin wins the faceoff. Pooler wants some revenge there on that. Just right in. Coffin. Cross looking for Haas. Picked up by Dietrich. Dietrich trying to roll out from the corner. Dartmouth now watching the player in behind the net. As Haas turns and fires. And it's a save by Heaslip. Dyer up with it. Dyer right in front. Dyer with a shot. And Heaslip makes that save at point blank. Heaslip looking to get it to Gould, but up with it's Hamilton for the Wolves. Gould got a piece of that one. Dyer back to Hamilton. Hamilton cross for Mullen. Mullen loads up and fires. Gets the post on that one. And it goes up and out of play, so that'll be Wolves ball. Swinmer takes it from the corner. Swinmer now rolling up top to Calder. That's just off her stick. Back to Swinmer. Swinner looking across for Mullen, but off her stick and picked up by DeBay. But changes possession about 5 times in the amount of time I can say a name. But ball goes out of play, and Calder will start off the Wolves. Calder passes up top to Mullen. Mullen to Hovey. That's off her stick. Into the corner it goes as Swinmer tries to pull that down. And up with it is Allison. Allison hustling back down the floor. Allison coming. Mullen standing there waiting for her. Forces her off to the side. Pass across for Moore. Moore cross for Gould. Gould right in. Gould shot and a save there by McVicker. She got the arm across. There's Alina Gould right in there behind the D. Now another shot in, or pass in. That's deflected. As Pooler keeps it in play, but that's picked up right away as Haas hustles in. Haas take it down to the corner, slow it down. Haas over for McPherson. McPherson puts a shot in, is saved by Heaslip. Heaslip up to Buckley. Now Buckley coming back down the floor. As Hannerhan puts a stick on her, pops the ball free. Wilkie into the corner, but she's got Buckley right on. Wilkie smartly plays the ball to safety over to Hannerhan. Now Hannerhan up to Wilkie. Wilkie up over center. Plays it to McPherson. McPherson to the corner to McRae. And her shot in. And Heaslip makes the save and able to control the ball in the crease. Up to Holm Larson. Holm Larson trying to come down, but McRae able to pop the ball free. And back in comes Anthony. Anthony lays that over. James rolling out. James back up to McRae. McRae with a hard shot in. As Heaslip makes the save between the arm and the torso. Saunders looks to play that up, but knocked down is Wilkie. Wilkie rolls off a check from Allison. Wilkie slows it down, hands it off to Coffin. Coffin, the first ever crease dive goal by a Junior A Wolf. It's a shot in there, and that had Heaslip moving, but didn't get all the way in. I think that was off a helmet. And we got a possession on the back over. We'll go to Dartmouth. 4:36 remaining in the second period. It's a 14-0 lead for the Wolves. Pass up to Gould. Gould trying to find a way in. Gould kept to the outside. A shot. McVicker makes the save. McVicker lays that up, and that's. I think the goalies will play catch here as that goes all the way into Heaslip. Now Heaslip looks to pass it up, and her pass goes up and out of play. 4:10 remaining in the second period as Dietrich. Ball slipped out of the pocket there. Holm Larson sends it back into Wolf territory as Dietrich has to go hustle down, pick that one up. Dietrich for the Wolves. Coming over her own end. She's only got 12 seconds left on the shot clock. As Dyer coming in. Dyer loads up. That's another block by the Dartmouth D. As the shot clock expires, it'll be Dartmouth ball. As Saunders picks it up. Saunders challenged there right away by Hayward. They battle for the ball in deep as the time ticks. Hayward comes up with it. Hayward held up by Beaton. Hayward shoveled that back down into the corner. Picked up by Dyer. Dyer up top to Hamilton. Hamilton laying it back to Dietrich on the move. Dietrich's shot hit a defender and went wide. Dyer lays it back to Hovey. Hovey with 11 seconds whips that one off the boards, and that'll be a back over. With 3 minutes left in the second period. Dartmouth will start off with possession in Wolf territory. And it looks like Moore being watched by Dyer. Moore rolls back up top, looking for some open players. Moore across to Arsenault. Arsenault looking for Pooler in tight. Pooler with the shot. And McVicker makes the save and controls the crease. McVicker passes that off to Mullen. Mullen. Pass up to Cadence. Haas, that is. Haas goes up top. Then behind the net. To Swinmer, back out again. That bounces off. Got 6 seconds left as Hannerhan comes in. Hannerhan in with the shot. Saved by Heaslip. And she controls the ball in the crease. Heaslip. And that back up. But loose ball. Swinmer comes up with it. Swinmer rolls off a check. Swinmer again. Pass looking for Anthony inside. That bounces off the defender. Picked up by Hannerhan. Hannerhan. Crossover. Up top is Anthony. Anthony in with the shot off the post. That will reset the shot clock as James will collect that ball. Now James over for Haas. Haas across for Anthony. Anthony, she's checked as she was shooting. The ball goes into the corner. Swinmer up with the ball. Cross. Haas. Bouncing ball and picked up by Buckley. And Buckley, she's back down the floor for Dartmouth as Swinmer looks to hold her up at the line. Another off the, and it looks like we're going to get a high stick call on Swinmer here as stick went off the side of the helmet. As
1 minute remaining in the second period. 1 minute
battle for that loose ball. Dartmouth will play it in, but Wolves will get control. And with 49 seconds left in the second period, Swinmer will head to the box. And Dartmouth will get their first power play of the game as the defense comes on here. With McRae, McPherson, Coffin, and Wilkie. Setting up the house. And Gould starts off the power play for Dartmouth. Gould up top. Pass off to 19. That's Pooler back up to Gould. Low for Moore. Now in motion. Moore back up top to Gould. Gould in tight. Gould with a shot. And McVicker makes the save. And McVicker looking for McRae. McRae trying to work off of Beaton. Now McRae play that back up to Wilkie as Wilkie will let the clock run out. Back down low to McRae. So McRae takes a little bit of a use, but killing off time on this penalty as Coffin had a look and fired one on net. And that's another save for Miss Heaslip as we're finished 2 periods of play here. And then when we come back, Dartmouth will have 1:11 remaining on the power play, but it's been all Wolves. 14-0 is the score after 2 periods of play. Thanks for watching, everybody. Give us about 10 minutes. Sit back, watch some of these sponsors that we have here as we go through. You'll probably see some highlights too. We'll be back in about 10 minutes, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll see you then. welcome back for third period action coming to you here from the Den. That's the Lower Sackville Arena in lovely, or Sackville Arena, sorry, in lovely Lower Sackville, Nova Scotia, on the shores of First Lake, as we get set to go with the third and probably final period of today's action. As we get set for your Wolves are leading 14-0 over the Dartmouth Bandits, but the Bandits will have a power play to start us off in the third period, as Swinner's back in the box, as it was a high sticking call. It was 2 minutes for high sticking was that call, as we get set to go here. Just looking up now, I should have did this earlier to see what the shots were in that period. But I can definitely tell you there was more shots taken by the Wolves than were taken by the Dartmouth. But the Wolves added another 4 goals in the second period to make it 14-0. As players get set to take the floor here, McVicker is back in her office between the posts as we get set for the third period. Shots in the third period was 28 by the Wolves, 7 shots by Dartmouth, bringing the total 62 shots for the Wolves, 12 for the Dartmouth Bandits. Back to center we go. Allison versus Rosson as they battle for that ball. Rosson doing everything to keep it in there, but Allison comes up with it. Allison in behind. Allison going for the net. Allison with the shot, and McVicker makes the save. Coming back down the floor is McRae. Nope. Ball bounces wide. That's picked up by Beaton. Beaton comes back over center as Rosson looks to hold her up. Beaton tries the handoff, but ball goes a little wild. Up with his Arsenault. Arsenault passes across for Safalti. She can't find the handle. Goes into the corner. Hamilton in after it. Hamilton for the Wolves. Kicks it around in behind the net, where Hayward will pick up the loose ball. Hayward challenged by Moore. Now Hayward coming down the floor. 15 seconds left in the Wolves penalty as Hayward passes it off to Coffin. Coffin in with the quick shot, and that's a save by Heaslip. 5 seconds left in the penalty. Heaslip passed that down, but that got by everybody. And James will pick it up for the Wolves as Swinner comes onto the floor. Back to 5-on-5 as James brings it back down. James rolls up top. Over for Coffin. 20 seconds left in the shot clock. Cross for Dietrich. Dietrich rolls back up top again, looking for a lane. Plays it over for James. James. And for the net. James fires it on target. And Heaslip makes the save. Heaslip will pass that out, looking for Holmes Larson. That's a loose ball. Beacon up, but that's picked up by Coffin. Coffin being forced to the outside. And number 18, Coffin coming in tight. Shot. And that's a save there. Dietrich turns and fires. That's turned aside as well. McInnes was doing a good job keeping Coffin to the outside. And the time expired in the crease. So it'll be Wolves ball. They'll start off. Just under 18 minutes remaining in this third period. As Swinner up with the ball. Pass across for James. James to Dietrich. Dietrich rolls out from the corner. Back down low for James. Loose ball. James able to come back up with it. James round behind the net. James back across. Gets it to Wilkie. Wilkie looking back door, but that's a crease violation. Hovey got it into the back of the net, but no goal. As Heaslip will pass that one up. Buckley will bring it over center. And for Pooler. Pooler holds on to it for Dartmouth. Being watched over to Joy. Sorry, that was Gould that had it. Moore with the ball for Dartmouth. Moore takes it around behind the net. Moore looking back up top for Arsenault. She's covered. Arsenault Comes up with a loose ball. And the shot clock expires as McVicker will scoop that up. Now, back down the floor again to Dyer. Dyer with the ball. Beaton trying to catch Dyer, not looking. Dyer keeps a low hand on that. Dyer flying in there, loses some balance. Backdoor, Swinmer looks far side, and he slips. Says she's seen that one before, and comes across, makes the save. Pass out to the side. As the ball's picked up, Dyer will bring it back in for the Wolves. Dyer now. Here's up, cross. Wilkie brings it up top to Swinmer. Swinmer in with the shot. Short side, and Heaslip has that one covered. Heaslip plays it out. Now, McInnes plays it up ahead as Allison and Swinmer trip over each other. 2-on-1 coming in here now. It's Allison. Heads for the net. McVicker makes the save. Hayward up with the ball. Now Hayward looking up. McCray in all alone. McCray. Shot, scores! Transition goal. Hayward finds McCray in behind. And McCray, with all that time, shoots low corner and puts the number 15 goal for the night up for the Wolves. As I believe this is their highest scoring game this season. Final game of the regular season. As we got Coffin versus Pooler at the faceoff. And the ball's going Wolves. As Coffin excited to get any faceoff win. Down low for James. James rolls back to the corner. James looking for a pass in there. Funny bounce off the backboards, and James will just go picking it back up herself. Here we go. 12 seconds left on the shot clock. James in quick shot, and Heaslip able to make that save. Loose ball. Heaslip going back as Saunders looks to get out of the zone, but Dyer right on her right away. Dyer up with the loose ball. Dyer in behind, heading to the net. Dyer in tight. Dyer with a shot, and she scores that one. You can't give Maddie Dyer that much time on that transition. Dyer created the turnover and then gets, I think that's her second of the night. Nothing much Heaslip can do on that one. As they're driving in there. And it's a perfectly set shot by Maddie Dyer, just under the crossbar. And with that, we're at 16-0 with under 15 minutes yet to go. Hovey versus Pooler at the faceoff. That gets knocked in and picked up by Cadence Haas. Haas rolls off a hit from Beaton. Haas looking up top for McCray. Ball's loose. Mullen up with it. Mullen. Pass over. McCray in with the shot. Saved by Heaslip. And up with its Pooler. Pooler heading back down the floor. She'll hold up as Haas immediately on her. Pooler trying to get away. Haas chops the ball free. And then comes up with the ball herself. Here we go. Haas passes that up to Hamilton. Hamilton slows up, gets the offense on for the Wolves. Hamilton in with trying to quick shot there and hoping to fool Heaslip. Does not. Hamilton again. Right in tight, looking for McCray. Ball comes back to Hamilton. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Hamilton is Dietrich looking at the top of the crease. In tight, and shot and scores by Anthony on a great pass there. Trying to catch the number on that pass. But Dietrich causing all kinds of concern in front and allows Anthony to sneak in from the corner and pick up that pass. Anthony right on the top of the crease, up and over in the back of the net, and that's that. We're at 17 now. Goals for the Wolves at 13:48 remaining in this third period. As it's Allison versus Russell in for the faceoff, back at center. Ball popped out, picked up by McRae. McRae puts a pass in to Hamilton. Hamilton. Pass over for Swinimer. Swinimer gets a handle on the ball. 17 seconds left on the shot clock. It's Hayward. Rolls off a check. Hayward in tight. Hayward tries to lob it towards the net, and Heaslip turns that aside. Loose ball in front. That's picked up, and Allison is coming away. Allison has Swinimer behind. Allison making moves. Swinimer does a great job. And the frustration's coming out. There is no surprise. The Dietrich comes up, and McVicker sets in with a moving pick there. Arsenault was trying to get in. And McVicker will happily take the moving pick call on that one. And misplay sends that one back down the floor, and that'll be Wolves ball deep as still 13 minutes left in this game, as frustration showing as you would expect, and forced back. Dartmouth forced back into their own crease. They'll change possession again, back over to the Wolves as Rosson will start off. Rosson from the corner plays it back down low. Rolling out. Up top is Hovey. Hovey. Pass across for Dyer. Dyer flips the pass in over to Hamilton. Hamilton tries to sneak free. Hamilton gets the shot, but he slips there for the save. DeBay challenging as Wilkie comes up with the ball. Wilkie up to Dyer. Dyer in with the shot. As Heaslip takes that right off the beak and picks up the ball and gets. Yeah, she's had enough. She just sends that down the length of the floor. As McVicker will pick that up. As Coffin brings the ball back into Dartmouth territory, ticking down to 12 minutes remaining. Crossover. Hamilton. Hamilton to Hovey. Hovey in with the low shot, and another save there by Heaslip. Under 12 minutes to go now as Beaton will bring it out for Dartmouth. Being watched by Rosson. Beaton. Pass up there, looking for, that comes back across. No call, okay. As Allison. Pass across for Moore. Moore in. Her shot goes wide, I think. Defender got a piece of that. Arsenault in with the shot. Steered aside by McVicker. Dyer looking for that ball. Loose ball. As they're trying to get hold of that. Dyer comes up. Dartmouth putting some pressure on. But Dyer able to get up to Mullen as the Wolves get set to bring on the offense. Mullen over for James. James heading for the net. James with the shot. That bounced up and over and out of play. 11-11 remaining in the third period. 17-0. Wolves lead as Haas cross for James. James cross. Shot in there by Mullen. And Heaslip makes yet another save. Passing that out to DeBay as Coffin right in on her. Coffin up with the ball now. Coffin heading for that pass over. A quick shot in. As steered aside. As James Swinimer will pick that up, and fresh 30 on the clock. Swinimer. Cross back to James. That comes off the boards, picked up by Coffin. Coffin, 20 seconds left. Coffin looks behind the net. Back to Coffin on the give and go, but the save made. Loose ball picked up again. Another fresh 30. As Swinimer in with the shot, and Heaslip. Another save. Heaslip passes that out to Buckley, who's done a good job forcing her way into Wolf territory. As Swinimer finally able to pop that one free, but loose ball. Coming up onto that is McInnes. McInnes takes a hard hit from Coffin. Right in front is Moore, but the ball pops free. Swinmer trying to work away from Moore. Now Swinmer will bring it back down the floor for the Wolves. Swinmer gets over center and hands it off to Dyer. Dyer now brings it in as Dietrich gets some love inside the zone. Here we go, Hovey with the ball. Hovey, pass across for Dyer. Dyer puts a hard shot in, save. Dietrich on the rebound. Another save by Heaslip. Loose ball goes into the corner. Brownrick comes up with it. Met by Hayward right away. Loose ball. Dietrich comes up with it. It's Hayward. Dietrich rolls up. Behind the back shot. That's a save by Heaslip. Has some bumping inside there. I think Dietrich's going to get a call. As looks like slashing. Oh, that's Calder, sorry. Not used to seeing Calder up on the offense. She has the same color shoes as Dietrich. Here we go. 8:55 remaining in the third period. Wolves leading 17-0. We got a hydration break going here. As Calder went to the box. And Dartmouth will go on the power play when we come back from the goalie water break. No, it is Dietrich in the box. All right. So we got just under 9 minutes remaining in this game. 17-0. The Wolves are currently leading. As we'll go through here. This is not how Dartmouth wanted to end their season, I'm sure. But they are coming off their most successful season to date, having been winless in their first two seasons and having 2 wins. And I've seen players like I saw McPhee and Shearwater and Pooler here tonight. They've got some good talent coming up as Gould starting off on the offense. Loose ball. Now up with it is Hamilton. Short-handed, Hamilton. Heading for the net. Hamilton goes wide and Heaslip comes up with the save. Now back down, Pooler. Lays it back up to Allison, to Pooler. To Gould up top. Gould heading for the net. Gould in with the shot. McVicker makes the save and controls the rebound. Now McVicker. She'll send that down the length of the floor. Minute 15 remaining in the Wolves penalty as beaten. Now it comes to bring it back out. Beaten. Decides to shoot. McVicker, she'll scoop that one up. McVicker will happily send it back down the floor as James lets the ball come to her. Now James accelerates for the net, and she's checked right away. And the ball bounces up and out of play as you got 40 seconds. Clock's not stopping. Okay. Oh, that was off. So it was Wolves' ball. Here we go. James. There's the cross. Looking for Dyer. Dyer comes up with it. Dyer rolls off a hit. Dyer in with a shot. That goes wide. Loose ball is Mullen. Comes back over center, so that will be Dartmouth ball. As Allison will start off for the Bandits. 15 seconds left in the Bandits power play. Off to Pooler. Pooler comes up top. Pooler looking for a lane, puts a shot. That's blocked in front. As now played back up, looking for Hayward. Hayward up with the ball. Back to 5-on-5 as the penalty expires. Hayward slows it down. Hayward to Coffin. Coffin has a look. Back up. 6 seconds left in the shot clock. And a shot in by Hayward that goes wide. And Haas in there, but shot clock expires, and it'll be Dartmouth ball. As under 6.5 minutes remaining in the third period. As McInnes looks to get it down the floor, looking for Allison. But that's broken up by Miss Cadence Haas. Cross, Hovey will take that off the boards. Hovey slows it down. The Wolves get their offense out there. Hovey up top to Hamilton. Hamilton is Hayward takes a wander behind the net. To Hayward. Hayward working in front, turns, fires, and a save by Heaslip, and that's in the gear. Now Buckley looking for a way out. Pass goes down, Arsenault will pick that up. Being watched by Calder. Arsenault rolls off a hit. Arsenault down low for Pooler. Pooler turns, looking back door for Moore. Moore gets it, she's quickly. Checked by Hayward. Now, ball still loose. Hayward comes up with it. Hayward back down the floor. Hayward right in there for McRae, but that's off her stick into the corner. McRae trying to get control of that ball as DeBay puts the body on her. Gould in there looking to find a piece of that for the Bandits. And McRae comes up with it. She's a loose ball specialist. Over for Dyer. Dyer puts a shot in. Shoulder saved by Heaslip. Comes back to Dyer. Dyer to James. James being watched by Saunders. McRae. Return to James. That went over her head. Now James. Rolling back out. Saunders steps in. A shot by James and a save by Heaslip. And she controlled the angle. 4.5 remaining in the game. As Gould coming back down the floor right to Allison. Couldn't get a handle on that as Hanrahan keeping an eye on her. Allison trying to work into shooting position. Passes that back up to Pooler. Pooler quickly off to Sifalti. Sifalti looking for the return to Allison. But McPherson keeps Allison out of position. And McPherson does a good job there and runs out the shot clock. Now Finley McPherson has to roll off a hit from Gould. Gould gets the ball free. Arsenault coming back is back in control is Dartmouth as the Wolves weren't able to clear the zone. Coffin coming right in after. Singer in with the long shot. That goes wide. Loose ball picked up by Coffin. Coffin right back down the floor. Coffin has Spooler running. Spooler stands up Coffin. Coffin up with it. Coffin turns and fires. And that's sent aside and ball back into the crease. So it'll go Wolves possession as Rosson will start off from the corner. 3.5 remaining in this third period. Ball off the boards. Anthony looking for cross crease to Rosson. That's broken up by Buckley. Rosson rolls off. Rosson up top. Rosson with the shot. And steered aside by Heaslip. Now Buckley trying to come back down the floor again. James able to hold up and knock the ball free. James back up with the ball. Back up over center. James held up by Beaton. Now Norahus looking to return to James. Loose ball picked up by Mullen. Mullen cross for Hovey. Hovey shows Hovey with the low shot. That went wide. Hovey picks up. She's only got 6 seconds. As a hard shot in there by Mullen. Saved by Rosson or Heaslip. Loose ball. Hovey picks that up. 20 seconds left in the shot clock. Looking back for Mullen. Mullen gets a handle on that. Mullen in with a shot. And that's another save by Heaslip and a reset as Hovey gets control of the ball. Hovey back up to James. James puts a shot in there. Heaslip makes the save as Norahus was looking for a rebound. Now played back down the floor as Saunders slips down. Saunders into Wolves territory. Pass back up to Safalti. Safalti being watched by Hamilton as Hamilton forces Safalti back over center. That'd be Wolves ball as Hamilton coming in. Hamilton! Good stick check there by Gould. Kept Hamilton from getting the shot. Now Gould looking to run down. James keeping Gould to the outside. Gould with the shot. McVicker makes the save. Gould rolling off. Good pick there by Arsenault. As and it looks like we got a penalty coming against Dartmouth. We'll see what the call is. I think that might have been a... Not sure. If anything, I would have called it a moving pick, but it's a penalty. Cross-checking. Illegal cross-checks the call. With 1:23 remaining in the third, and I can definitely say final period. It's 17-0 for the Wolves, and the Wolves go on the power play. Hamilton starts off 5-on-4. Advantage Wolves. Down low to Dietrich. Up to Wilkie. Wilkie. Hamilton up top. Hamilton in motion now. Down low to James. James kept to the outside. Up for Wilkie. Wilkie looking for a lane. Wilkie puts the shot in. Is saved by Dietrich. Dietrich up with the save. Puts it back in. He slips the goalie. Jeez. As James looking for a lane. Saunders wasn't given one. Loose ball over for Wilkie. Up with it. 17 seconds left in the shot clock. Hamilton with the shot. And Heaslip makes the save. Controls the rebound. 35 seconds left in the game. Heaslip decides to send it all the way down the floor. As McVicker will pick that up. And she'll play it up to Hamilton. Final possession as Hamilton brings it back into Dartmouth territory. To the corners, James. James running the clock down. Pass that back over. Final 5 seconds as the Wolves. Holmes Larson isn't ready to give up, but that's it. And with that, the Wolves win their final game and every game of the regular season. And congratulations to Lauren McVicker on her first junior shutout, as she came close earlier in the year. I won't say who jinxed it on her in the last minute, but it's complete this time. Congratulations, Lauren. You faced less shots than the other goalie, but you were perfect on every one of them. And a good showing in front of our U13 team, as the players will shake hands. And because like I said, I believe Dartmouth is eliminated from the playoffs. So I wish these Dartmouth players good luck next year, as that's it. And then the Wolves will be heading into the playoffs very shortly. I believe they'll be playing Halifax. They'll be in the first round. I think it's a best-of-3 first round. I'm not entirely sure, so don't take my word for it. But I want to thank everybody for taking some time, and thank the folks here at Maritime Athletic Profiles as for what a great job they do in the production, the camera angles, and replays. I'm Larry McVicker, Larry Cherry, as the kids call me, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you for taking some time out of your night and spending us with here and growing this fantastic game. Until next time, everybody, thanks so much. Have a great evening. And welcome back, everybody. I'm joined here by our senior tonight and captain, Hallie James. Congratulations, Hallie. What a great game.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, 12-0 regular season. Finish it with a shutout. What comes next for the Wolves?
Next week on the playoffs, I hope we do as well as we can. I mean, it's hard to beat last year. That's kind of the goal again, to do the same thing. Win it all.
Sounds proper.
Yeah, that's all I got.
And this being your senior year, what's next in line for Hallie?
Definitely going to be coaching. I mean, lacrosse can't get rid of me that easily. I might be done playing for now, but there's lots of tournaments that I might go to, like away. I know there's she-box and stuff like that. That's something I'd definitely be interested in doing. And yeah, coaching. I mean, both my sisters are younger, so I can still coach them for a few more years.
Oh, perfect. And it's great to see, like we saw the U13s out here
Yeah.
playing between games and how the female game's growing. What do you think is next for the female game?
It just continue to grow. I mean, we're not quite as big as the boys yet, but I think we can definitely get there. I mean, every year the groups get bigger. Like when I started helping out with Tykes, it was maybe 30 kids, if even that. And now they have like 3 different days of like 50 plus kids each time. I mean, like every year it just continues to grow and grow and grow, and the competition gets better. And I mean, junior will be better every year.
And that's what I'm seeing too, and it's like fantastic. Well, best of luck in the playoffs, and best of luck beyond that too. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right, thanks everybody. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned. We'll have you again in playoffs. Thanks again, everybody. Have a great night.
Thank
All right, thanks, Alex.
you.
you.